nature of the world or creation. We will now listen to Pujya Swamiji. Hari Om.
Shruti-smriti-purāṇānaṁ karuṇālayam namāmi bhagavat-pādam Shankaram Loka-Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krito Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Shri Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Now we chant the first sloka. Om Tapo Pikshina Papanam Shantanam Vidaraginam Mumukshunam Apekshyoyam Atmabodho Vidhiyate. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Namo Narayana to everybody. Hari Om. Om Namo Narayana. So, the sixth verse of Atmabodha. Again, we are going to illustrate the Samsara, the ocean of birth and death. This is called Samsara. Samsaraha swapna tulyohi. The last time we chanted this sloka. Samsaraha swapna tulyohi. Raga dveshadi sankulaha. Now, what is samsara? What is this world all about? It says raga dveshadi sankulaha. This world is with attachment or love and hatred. Raga, dvesha. And there are so many other emotions. So this is what we call as world of experience. So raga, dveshadi, sankulaha, samsaraha. Now, how is it? It says swapna tulyaha. It's like a dream. So in order to illustrate what the world is, the phenomenal world, in our Shastras, they give this example of dream. So we have already learned what is dream and how to analyze it. So the experience of world, the object and subject relation is there in the dream. And when we are in dream, we feel that it's actually happening. It seems to be real there. But once we wake up from that state of dream, there is no reality left. So this is a wonderful experience we have. Now, if we apply the same theory in this phenomenal experience of these worldly things, the same thing we can explain. We have so many objects outside. We love some of them, which we like to, from where we have some joy, some enjoyment. So that those objects we love. And other, from where we have some bad experiences, or we feel that it's not suitable for me, towards those objects, we have the emotion of hatred, aversion. So this is the experience we can explain how it is. So from this, we are accumulating, we are getting so many different emotions every day. From morning to evening, we have so many different experience, opposite experience. So this goes to the mind, and mind is always engaged and getting this various experience. So there is no chance to think about our own self, because we are trying to solve all these problems. The all life goes behind, to solve the problems. We are exhausting our energy by solving everyday problems or getting new, desires fulfilled. All these are happening. So all whatever is happening is together is called samsara. This is samsara, what we experience. So swakale satyavad bhati. That's what it says. In that dream, swakale, when the dream is there, we feel that the dream is real. There is no doubt. Then prabodhe satyavad bhavet. Prabodhe sati asad bhavet. When we awake, on awakening, it is unreal. We declare that whatever happened has no reality. So this is what happened when we awake from this world of experience. So that is called enlightenment. That is called Jivan Mukti. So this can be there in all the stages of our life. It's not only for sannyasins or yogis. So this experience, even grahasthas who are householders, who live normal life, they can also get. Because the mind is making all this difference. The mind is attached, sometimes detached, and it gives all these feelings. So through the mind, if we are able to understand what is happening, so then we can stop this waking state, which is a prolonged dream experience. We can awake from this. This is what we said in the 6th sloka. So this analogy of dream is very famous in Vedanta, especially in Sri Shankara Bhagavad Pada's commentaries on Upanishads. You can refer one Upanishads, especially deals with this analogy and this experience. That is Mandukya Karika. So it's a famous Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad or Mandukya Karika. So in that, the second part of that, second and third part, second chapter, we call it Prakarana. The second Prakarana and third Prakarana deals with this dream analogy. And the acharyas trying to prove it, how this world of experience is like dream. It's nothing but dream. So there are so many similarities. We can prove it logically. So what is experience rationally? That is compared with dream, it become dream only, because the all experience, what we call it real, is actually unreal when we change our mind. No, even in our life, we can see in our childhood, we like to play so many games, small games, meaningless games. If now we think about that, we can't play like that. Huh? Why? What is the reason? We were playing it. It was so real, and we are getting enjoyment from that. So now what happened? Because now the mind changed. Mind realized that that stage, and now mind cannot be attached with those childish plays. It cannot be done. So this is the difference. Now, from the viewpoint of a jnani, whatever we do, for him it is like a child's play. We don't know what is happening. We worry about all these small things. We worry about our relationship, worry about our emotions, And so we so much worrying about our physical health and mental health, and everything. But we are not caring ourselves. We are caring something else, which is not ourself. The self is something different. So one should care himself, the Atma. So once that Atma is known, nothing can disturb you. There is Atma is beyond all these emotions, all this plays, what we play, our life. So there is no comparison. It's beyond this stage. So this is what is samsara. So the everyday life is called samsara. But when we understand this samsara, that become a realization of the truth. Just to know what is samsara. So the subject is continued. The next sloka. We chant the next sloka. Tavat satyam jagad bhati.
Satyam jagad bhati.
Shuktikara jadam yatha. Yavanajñāyate brahma. Yavanajñāyate brahma.
Yavanajñāyate brahma.
Sarvadhisthānamadvayam.
Sarvadhisthanamadvayam.
Say in each sloka a statement which is very much connected to Vedanta, and all these statements, if you get together, connect together, then the all Vedanta is explained. So much important of this each sloka you can see. Tavad satyam jagat bhati. Until then, the world, the phenomenal world, appears to be real. Until then, this phenomenal world appears to be real. Tavat satyam jagat bhati. So here when we say jagat, jagat means all what we experience, not only outside world. Okay, not only this body and mind, but also all the experiences in waking state and dream state, in all other stages of life. So everything together is called Jagat. This created universe is also Jagat. Now you know what is the meaning of the word the Jagat? The literary meaning is Jangamyate iti Jagat. Jangamyate means constantly moving, constantly changing. That's why this world is called Jagat in Sanskrit. Even the destruction is change. The creation is also change, and manifestations, that is also change, but the destruction is also change, because from destruction there is again a construction, again a creation. So therefore this Jagat is always changing, constantly changing, ever changing, the ever changing phenomenon. So tavad satyam jagat bhati.
Yeah.
Until then, this world will appear to be real. Shuktika rajatam yatha. That is example we will see later. Yavad jnayate brahma sarvadishthana advayam. Until then, the world will be real for you when you know the Brahman. Yavad na jnayate. As long as there is no knowledge of Brahman, Brahman is not known, not realized. Yavad na jnayate. Brahma. What is the definition of Brahma? Sarvadishthana advayam. That Brahma is non-dual, without a second, and sarva adhishthanam. Sarva means all, adhishthanam means substratum, the base for appearance. And which is unperceived, that is called adhishthanam. The base for appearance or cause for an effect, and which is not perceived directly. Only what appears, we perceive it, we see it. But the substratum of that is not seen. We know what is mind because thoughts are appearing in our mind. But we don't know from where these thoughts are formed, based on which these thoughts are formed. So that is called the adhishthanam. It is unknown. Normally it is unknown. So the yavad na jnayate brahma sarvadhishthanam advayam. So this changing world is appearing on that substratum which is changeless. So on changeless substratum, this changing is happening. We see only the changing world, because there is no way, there is no chance to see the unchangeable nature of self. That is one thing. Another thing is, suppose you came to know what is unchanging, no? Somehow you came to know what is unchanging. If it is unchanging and you came to know that and you are always aware about that, then you know what would happen to your mind? Mind will be destroyed. Mind cannot stay on that, because mind needs changes. That's the problem. Mind doesn't want to stay in a or on some subject or something which is unchangeable. It cannot stay like that. If I repeat the same word for half an hour, you will not like to listen. You will stop listening. What a boring lecture this. The same word is repeated. So, this is the problem of mind. Why? The nature of mind is that this is constantly changing. The nature of mind is changing. It needs change. It can only stay with changing things, changing objects. No, people change everything. They change their dress. Every day they change, and every couple of hours they change, and then every month they want some change. They change their homes, they change their vehicles, they change their husbands, and they change their wife, they change their everything. They change. Why? Because without that, our mind is not enjoyed. Staying with the same thing. No? People ask how can stay with the same thing, same objects. We normally people wonder. My teacher, my master, Swamiji used to cut his fruits, and maybe he was using a knife. You know how long he was using the same knife for cutting fruits? You will not believe. More than 45 years. He was using the same knife for cutting fruits, because he used to take fruits after the meal, half an hour after the meal. So you can see that knife, you know how it changed its shape. See, we have kept it in his room for memory. So people ask Swamiji, why you are not changing this? He says, what is the need to change? Because this is serving me for a long time. It has no problem. Why I have to change this? So then he used to say, if we want always change, how can we know the changeless Brahman? If mind wants always change, now the same mind we are going to by the same mind we are going to know Brahman. Then how it possible? Because you will know Brahman for some time, and mind says, oh, this Brahman is boring. You just change the Brahman, you find something else. Why you are learning this Vedanta for a long time? This subject is enough. So you learn something else. The mind will say that. So therefore, the only way is one has to prepare mind to stay at one object, at one substratum. However, you practice sadhana or whatever you can do, you can practice that. But let mind stay in one object. This is how the sarvadhishthanam advayam. If you can find that sarvadhishthanam, that is the same everywhere, without a second, sarvadhishthanam advayam. It is always available. He cannot miss that. Only thing, one has to know directly what is happening there. Know that existence. So, sarvadhishthanam advayam Brahma. So, when he knows this highest consciousness, the pure consciousness, his own self, then this world will appear as unreal. Now it is real, but he will not involve himself with this worldly matters, worldly things. So he is giving an example here. Shuktika rajatam yatha. Shuktika rajatam yatha. It's the appearance. Something appearing as something else. This is the example here. So Shuktika means, now we say oyster shell, you know, it's we find in near seashore or all those oyster shells. It's called mother of pearl also in other language. The oyster shells shines as silver in the daytime with sunlight, or in the night by moonlight. It shines as silver. Until you know that, you go near to that and you realize that this is not silver, but this is oyster shell only. Until then, that will shine as silver, because the silver is there in your mind. Silver is not outside. That is something else. That is Shuktika. In Sanskrit, it is said Shuktika. Oyster shell is called Shuktika. Rajatam means silver. So similarly, the famous another example is rope and snake. It's also famous. So when we know what it is, then the reality is known, the appearance is gone, the substratum is known. So similarly, when the Brahman is realized as self, then the world will appear as unreal on Brahman, the Adhisthana. Or we can say Sarvam Khaluidam Brahma. All what we see become Brahma. There is no difference, because the manifestation what we see is also from the same source, the reality of Brahman. So this is what is Tattavat Satyam Jagat Bhati Shuktika Rajatam Yatha Yavad Natnyayate Brahma Sarvadhisthana Advayam. And this Brahman is Advayam. Advayam means without a second. There is no duality. Because the ultimate cause is the one and the same. Only the effects are different in various levels. But the ultimate cause is the one and the same. So the next sloka regarding this cause and effect theory, what we had already learned in Atmabodha. You must be remembering cause and effect theory. The effect is nothing but cause. The effect appears in cause. There are three types of causes. We know three types of causes are there in our philosophical discussion. It is first one is called material cause or upadana karana. Material cause or upadana karana. And the second one is efficient cause. Efficient cause or nimitta karana. Nimitta karana. And the third is instrumental cause. Instrumental cause is sahakaari karana. Sahakaari karana. Each effect has all these three causes. So material cause, efficient cause, instrumental cause. Now, here in Vedanta, Brahman is material cause as well as efficient cause both in two different levels. The material cause is Ishvara. We know the supreme consciousness with Maya, empowered with Maya, is called material cause. Matter is also Ishvara only. And the efficient cause, the creator of the effect, that is also Brahman. The creator of the world is Brahman. So efficient cause is also Ishvara. And third one in instrumental cause, the karma and its manifestation is called instrumental cause. Here for the creation, Ishvara needs karma, that is adrishta. So with our own karma, this world is created because Ishvara doesn't have any karma. So this is the theory. Now, if Ishvara is the creator, why he created different types of people, different types of scriptures, different types of trees and all those what we see? What is the reason? The reason is there are so many types of karma, varieties of karma. So each karma creates different person, different jiva. So this is the theory. So those are called sahakaari karanas. Those are all instrumental for the changes. So now we have material cause, efficient cause, and instrumental cause. Material cause we can say matter. Efficient cause as a conscious being. And instrumental can be both conscious being as well as karmas and all other inert objects. Because we, according to Vedanta theory, the karma is inert. It is not conscious. there is no consciousness in that, but consciousness is reflected in antakarana, in the mind, and then the karma works out. According to the manifestation, it comes out. So now the 8th sloka is going to discuss this matter. Upadane khiladhare
upadhane khilakare
jaganti parameshware
jaganti parameshware
sargasthidhilayan yanti
sargasthidhilayanyati
buddhani varini.
buddhani varini
Upadane akhiladhare jaganti parameshware sargasthiti layan yanti buddhaniva varini. Upadane akhila adhare. Akhila adhare upadane. Upadana, just now we discussed that the material cause. Akhila adhare, which is all supporting. Akhila adhare, akhilana adharaha, the support for everything. So upadana, the material cause, is the support for everything. It means the material cause is being created as the objects. Therefore, the objects are based in material cause. So, upadane akhiladhar. Like the clay is the material cause of pot and all other vessels. So all those vessels are based on the clay, the material cause. So upadane akhiladhare. Now, why we are saying this? Why we discuss about this material cause and this cause and effect theory? To prove that these words, different words, Jaganti, Parameshware, in that Parameshwara, Supreme Self, the highest realm of consciousness. In that Supreme Consciousness, all these worlds and the manifestations are seen. Those are there in that. So, upadane akhiladhare jaganti parameshware. Now, when we say the Supreme Consciousness manifested in different form, it means not actual manifestation. It means all these forms are superimposed in that Supreme Consciousness, which is our own self. So, sargasthiti layan yanti. So in that Supreme Consciousness, Parameshware, Sarga, Sthiti and Laya, the creation existence and dissolution. And creation, existence, and destruction, all these three happen in that Parameshwara. So, sarga sthiti laya yanti. Therefore, when we contemplate on our own self, we feel all the happiness inside. Because the happiness what we see outside is just a manifestation of mind, just a manifestation of thought process. When that particular thought process comes to the mind, then you feel happy. Now, our science say brain produces a particular chemical in the brain, then you feel happy. Okay, that is produced there. So let it be there, there is no problem. But what we feel is, we don't feel that chemical is produced. We never tasted that chemical, which is produced when we feel happiness. Did you ever taste that? No, there is no chemical produced. We cannot see. But the process is there. Let it be there. But what we feel is, when a particular thought comes to our mind, we feel that we are getting some energy. I don't know. We feel some enjoyment. This is our emotional feel. Of course, it is connected to brain. Now, when we think about ourselves, what we feel, we don't feel ourselves is the ultimate cause of this creation. We don't feel that. Now, by learning this, we should practice to experience that our own self is manifested in different forms, what we see outside. It's not only this body, but also the whole creation, the whole universe is created in this self, in this very self. So now there is no need to experience outside world other than ourselves. If you know yourself, then the world is experienced. This is Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. This is why they say one who knows Brahman become Brahma. Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati. We discussed this point the last classes. So Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati. What is the reason? Because the Brahman is the base of everything. If that is not, then you know everything. So sargas tidi layan yanti upadane akhile adhare jaganti parameshware sargas tidi layan yanti budbudani va varini. A beautiful example, you see. Budbudani. Budbudani means bubbles. You see, in English also we say bubbles. And in Sanskrit, budbuda. No, the word has some similarities. And in Hindi also we say bubuda. I think because the bubbles, that appearance is something like that. People used to call that. So now you just think that those bubbles, from where they appear? They appear in water. Their existence is only with water. And they disappear in water. So now what is bubbles? What are they? They have no separate existence. Only there are some air entered into the water. When water moves, air enters into that. So it become bubbles. That is what the science say. That we can see. Because inside that bubbles, what we see is air only. But that is in between, it's a process. But the existence of bubbles is only water. It's nothing but water. Therefore, this is water only. This is Brahman only. All this, what we see as our own existence, is like bubbles. It stays for some time. Yes, you can know in our childhood we were seeing all this and playing with that. It moves from one side to another side, no? Then goes to the other bubble and it touches and become one, and in a bigger bubble. So it's everything happens there. That's so interesting. And then at last it disappears. We used to feel bad when it disappears. Oh, it was giving us enjoyment, now disappeared. And we wait for rain to come to see these bowls playing in front of our courtyard, outside the house. So this is all enjoyable, but it has no reality, no existence. So now without existence, without reality, it is giving enjoyment. That is the problem with us. Because when we get enjoyment, we feel that from where we are getting enjoyment, it is real. And from where we are getting pain, that is real. No. If somebody say, I love you, oh, we feel very good. He or she is only pronouncing couple of words. I love you, 3 words are pronounced. That's all. But listening to those words, we feel good. And the same person in another half an hour, he or she pronounce, I hate you badly. So we feel very bad. So now these both are only pronunciation or words, but the feeling what we get, because we feel that those words are real. He or she is hating me. You can just pronounce that word, but we feel that. So this is the problem, because we give so much reality to this empirical world, that whatever happens here, if it is giving us enjoyment or pain, we feel it is real. No, the last sloka we discussed that only. What is samsara? Attachment and hatred, love and hatred, and all other emotions are connected to that. Anger and guilty and all those emotional feelings are all connected to these 2 basic emotions. So this is the problem. Now we are not ready to think beyond that. We have the capacity to go beyond all this. Definitely we have the capacity. We have the mental power to go beyond this. While enjoying this, you can go beyond this. That is the beauty of that. No, like when we drink water, suppose we are drinking a glass of water, what we think? Normally we think I am drinking a glass of water. But while drinking, you can think that this water is an appearance of H2O, hydrogen and oxygen. Cannot you think this? You can think. And then what would happen to the drinking process? Is there any change? Nothing will change. You will drink water and you will enjoy the drinking. Everything will be there. But you know the reality, that's all. You are remembering the reality. So here, what is the difference is you are applying mind in different levels. Now we are not remembering at all. We are not remembering the reality, although we know the reality. Then what is the problem? The problem is we only see the outside changes, outside manifestation, gestures, outside gestures. We always see, the manners, gestures of other person, how he is behaving or she is behaving. We know from that. We never see what is happening in his mind or her mind. So this much, we are very poor in this. So much conditioned, so much the mind is conditioned that it doesn't go beyond the that practice. So now we have to change the practice. That's all. That as I said, while you're drinking, you can remember that this water is made of H2O, although this is gases, but I am seeing it as a water and it is giving me taste. Am I enjoying it? What is the problem there? So this is how one should experience the Atma. Whenever mind gives some enjoyment, feel that, oh, this is coming from my Atma only. It's coming from my inside. It's not from outside. Outside objects are only supportive cause. It's only appearance. It is like it is the light, the sunlight. When sun rises, the light is there. So in that light, we see objects. That's all. But the objects are already there. Not because of light, the objects are seen. The objects are already there. When the light is there, we are able to see it. That's all. The objects are not created by light. Similarly, what we experience is our own self. All what the experience, whatever the enjoyment we have is all from our own self. And other objects are only appearing like budbudaniva varini, the bubbles in the water. So unsteady, unstable, ever changing. It makes all the drama there, everything is created. There is so many stories happening, but nothing is real. It's appearance. So upadane akhiladhare jaganti parameshware sargasthiti layanyanti budbudaniva varini. So the next shloka It's again discussing about the nature of Brahman. Now in the 8th sloka, it is said that Brahman is upadana karana, material cause. So material cause means inside, outside, everywhere the same. It cannot be separated from the manifested. It is always there with the manifestation. So that Brahman, its nature of that Brahman, the essential nature of that Brahman is Sat-Chit-Ananda. We know this already. Sat-Chit-Ananda. Existence, consciousness, and bliss. This is the nature of Brahman. And the existent consciousness bliss cannot be separated. Okay. Therefore, the existence cannot be separated from consciousness, and consciousness cannot be separated from existence, and consciousness, existence, both cannot be separated from bliss. So where there is existence, where there is consciousness, there is bliss. Now we have existence. We have existence with our body and without our body. With this physical body, with the mental body, we have existence. And in different level, with different objects, we experience the consciousness. The consciousness, the objects, we know the outside objects, we know mental functions. So there we experience the consciousness. And when we go to deep sleep, there we experience our own consciousness, the pure consciousness, without attributions. The existence and consciousness, when we experience this existence and consciousness in deep sleep, we experience happiness also, the bliss of ourself, the blissful state of consciousness. So that is Brahman. Now, when we enjoy a cup of tea, we experience the taste of that. Along with, we experience some bliss from that, because our mind is relaxed. When mind is relaxed, we experience even from a cup of tea. Similarly, with all other material experiences, physical and physiological experiences, with all our sense organs, we experience this bliss in different forms. So that is the ultimate cause of this creation. Therefore, we could experience that. Now, if tea, the cup of tea, has no existence, then it cannot give you taste or enjoyment. it has an existence. Therefore, it is giving you enjoyment. When you see at full moon, no, today is full moon in India. We call Magha Purnima. It's a special full moon day, very divine. So when you look at the moon in full shape, complete shape, so its existence give you some enjoyment, some bliss. Your mind is relaxed. Whoever sees it, even with an angry person, with anger, he sees the moon, he gets some relaxation. After sometimes he will be relaxed. No, how it happens? Because seeing it, the mind get relaxed. It has some connection with the mind. So its existence gives you bliss. Now, of course, to know the existence, we must experience the consciousness. The existence and consciousness. This together makes everything. And now, if somehow we could experience our own existence, the core existence, from where our thoughts are produced, then just imagine what would happen. You will be always in bliss. It means you, I don't say you will be continuously laughing, constantly laughing. Laughing is a manifestation of the happiness inside. But you will feel the bliss inside. Experience the bliss inside. So that is the nature of Brahman, Sat-Chit-Ananda. So we will discuss that in next session, because already time is over. So you have any question or any clarification you can ask. Hari Om, over to you for questions and clarifications. Nobody is there with a question, okay? Because this all these subjects are already we discussed. This is only revision or repetition of the same thing with the different examples and different ideas.
And Swamiji has explained so beautifully, clearly. So only we have to internalize that is all.
Same subject, same subject we are repeating it. So now only our duty is to practice this. So whatever we learn from each sloka, we try to contemplate on that, do manana, and practice it.
Yeah, that is it.
So even a little practice give you the taste of the experience. So little bit, you can experience that thing. Because Atmabodha is the primary textbook of Vedanta. If Atmabodha is learned well, then all other books of Vedanta can be learned easily, because that is the basic textbook. So whenever you have some doubt regarding the methodology or the practice, you can refer to Atmabodha, from where the clarification will come. Because Sat-Chit-Ananda also we discussed there, and all the 3 stages of Jagra, Swapna, Sushupti, waking, dream, and everything we discussed. So with that, I think we conclude this session. Okay. Om Purnamataha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. You know this famous chanting, Purnamataha Purnamitam? It's a beautiful Vedantic chanting. It says, Purnamataha, that is complete. And this is also complete. There is no incompletion. So whatever is there, that is full of energy and full of consciousness, full of bliss. So the creator and created is not different. That is what it says. Purnamataha Purnamitam. Normally people think God is something different. God is very special. God has more knowledge, more energy, infinite energy. But Vedanta doesn't believe in that. Vedanta says you are also the same. You are also God. If God has all those, you also have that. This is Purnamataha and Purnamita. Okay, thank you everybody. Harihi Om. Pranam.
Harihi Om.